Up tomorrow. In today's video, I've got the high resolution models in now, so we can have a look to how the Met Office computer models are predicting this rainfall and this storm system to develop. Just want to talk about the advertisement. It'll usually be a video ad over on my web videos at gaswebbiz.com. Please play as your ads. You'll be supporting gaswebbiz.com if you do that. So this is the first facts chart that we're going to look at. This is the human interpretation of the models by the forecasters at the Met Office. This is the facts chart for midnight tonight, midnight Wednesday morning, and we can see that we've got this area of low pressure developing out in the Atlantic. That is going to be the low pressure. It's going to bring us some very wet and stormy weather through the course of Wednesday. So there's the low pressure there. Already 988 millibars, already a very deep area of low pressure for the time of year. Isobars are beginning to tighten here across the British Isles, so already the winds are starting to pick up. But notice the isobars are coming from the southeast, so we're bringing up very warm air off the continent. It's very hot on the continent at the moment. It's hot on the continent at the moment, and this southeasterly wind is going to pull that hotter, humid air up from the continent into the British Isles, and then eventually it's going to bring it into this area of low pressure, and the warm air will get caught up in the low pressure, and that will allow it to develop. So look, once we get through to midday on Wednesday, how that low pressure has deepened. It's become a very, very deep area of low pressure there, just to the south of Ireland. Very tight packed isobars wrapped around this area of low pressure. Will be gales around some of the southern and western coasts, and the risk of southeasterly gales across some parts of the Pennines as well, probably through the course as well. And very windy day everywhere else, but the worst of winds will probably be down in this southwestern part of the country through the southwest approaches there, where I think we could see temperature winds perhaps touching severe gale force later on through the course of tomorrow. Now, as we go into tomorrow evening, so this is midnight on Thursday, that weather front is moving northwards. That's taking the heaviest of the rain northwards into Scotland by that point. But then we've got this wraparound front coming around the central area of the low pressure, and we're bringing more rain back into Wales and southwest England with that, and across much of Ireland as well. And that's probably where we get the worst of the winds. That's when the isobars are up there most tightly packed down in the southwest. It could be very squally and stormy down across parts of southwestern England and parts of South Wales and parts of Ireland as well on Wednesday night and into Thursday morning. And then as we go into Thursday itself, that low pressure moves up to the north, and the isobars open out a bit then. It's still a breezy day on Thursday, but we should see the worst of the wind easing off, and the weather fronts are moving away to the north as well, taking away the worst of the rain. So having a look at the GFS model first of all, to see how this deals with the precipitation through the course of Wednesday. And we can see that at breakfast time on Wednesday, 6 o'clock in the morning, we're already starting to bring very heavy torrential rain down to the southwest of the country. That rain just starting to get into southwest England and much of Ireland as well. And if we run on through the charts, we can see that heavy rain by lunchtime is moving northwards and eastwards across much of England and Wales. And then through the afternoon, some really intense rainfall there, again going across parts of southwestern Scotland, Northern Ireland, down into northwest England, and a swathe of rain really covering many parts of England and Wales. So it's starting to clear this southwestern part of the country by the afternoon tomorrow. Now notice that for the southeast, the worst of the rain, that we aren't in the worst of rain. The worst of rain is to the north and to the west. So for the far southeast, it does look as though the rain could be on the lighter side. It will still be raining in the southeast tomorrow, some quite heavy rain at times. And what we can't tell with this is whether there's a risk of thunderstorms in the southeast, because the air is very warm and humid associated with this low pressure. We could get some embedded thunderstorms across parts of the country. So even though it's showing that the southeast won't get too much rain tomorrow, don't take that too literally, because there could be thunderstorms almost anywhere. And if we have a look at the convective potential charts, the Cape charts, we can see that there is a risk of convective potential, but worse of risk is probably down to the southeast actually. So yes, there is a risk in the southeast so that we could get some thunderstorms as that area of rain moves northwards. So that would mean that it's a great deal than is being predicted today in the southeast. But on the face of it, it looks so the west and the northwest will probably get the worst of the rain. these are the dew points indicating the humidity. On Wednesday it's going to be a very humid day, particularly in the east, so despite the fact it's going to be pouring with rain and the winds are going to be strong, it's going to be very humid, and that, as I say, is really what's causing the low pressure to intensify, that warm air getting caught up in that low pressure. If we have a look at the upper air temperatures, we can see that the upper air temperatures there are very warm, particularly in the east of the country, and it's that warm upper air is getting caught up within that circulation, and it's allowing the low pressure to intensify. So this is the NAE model. This is the high resolution model from the Met Office, or one of the high resolution models from the Met Office. But this is the precipitation forecast. You'll be seeing this on the BBC forecast in a few minutes. They use these for the BBC forecast, these charts. So this is the situation at breakfast time tomorrow, and we're already starting to see that very heavy rain coming into the southwest and pretty much of Ireland as well. Running on through the course of the day, there's the really heavy rain getting going down in the southwest, going on to 6 o'clock in the evening. That rain is pushing northwards and eastwards. Again, the suggestion here is that for the far southeast, the rain will be somewhat lighter, somewhat patchier, but again, I emphasise there is the risk of thunderstorms as this area of rain moves northwards. So even though the southeast doesn't look like getting too much rain, if you was to get a thunderstorm getting going in the southeast, that would obviously make it a great deal wetter. But the really persistent and torrential rain is actually in this northwestern corner. So it's Northern Ireland, southwestern, southern Scotland, down into northwestern parts of many parts of Wales, and down in towards the Midlands as well, particularly the West Midlands and southern southwestern parts of the Midlands. But really the whole of the Midlands risk of some very wet weather through the course of tomorrow. And then by midnight on Thursday, that rain is moving up into Scotland. There's the wraparound rain coming back through Ireland, Wales and southwest England, but it's dry across much of England and Wales, and those winds will be easing down. But very squally winds down in the southwest with that wraparound frontal system. Could be some really stormy winds indeed. So this is the total precipitation forecast from this event from the NAE model, and we can see again the suggestion in the southeast that there won't be too much, but again there may be thunderstorms. But really wet weather is to the north and west. We could see anything up to 25 millimetres, maybe a bit more than that in some places, perhaps up to 50 millimetres maybe down across parts of South Wales, parts of the Pennines, northwestern England, and down in towards the moors of southwestern England as well. So anything up to 25 to 50 millimetres could fall. Finally, this is the Herland model. This is another high resolution model from the Met Office, and we can see again for lunchtime on Wednesday we're bringing up this very heavy rain into the southern parts of the country, particularly through from Dorset, stretching northwards up towards parts of southwest Wales, in towards the southwestern parts of Midlands, so Bristol, Gloucester, maybe to Oxford. Some really torrential rain there, anything up to 40-50 millimetres it's predicting to be forecasting at that point down across that southwestern part. And then that rain moves northwards and eastwards across much of the Midlands in towards northern England, North Wales, up in towards northwestern England, through the Isle of Man in towards Northern Ireland through the course of the afternoon. Again, the suggestion is in the southeast, but rain should be somewhat lighter. The heaviest rain always probably around the Midlands and to the north and west of the Midlands, and it's dying down in the southwest. It's moving away, but there's the wraparound front coming back into the southwest through the course of the afternoon, and then that rain pushes northwards finally up in towards Scotland tomorrow evening and tomorrow night, and the rain is coming back in towards the southwest, and again that's when we probably get the worst of the winds down across South Wales, southwestern parts of England, but it will be turning fresher at that point as the winds go round to the west and to southwest. Will start to clear away all of that warmth and humidity that's going to be drawn in off the continent, and it should be turning a good deal fresher. So it does look as though the west probably gets the worst of this through tomorrow. A suggestion certainly is that for the southeast the rain shouldn't be too bad, but if there was to be thunderstorms breaking out with this, the southeast could still get some really wet weather. But on the face of it, models seem to be suggesting that the southeast probably misses the worst of the rain, and it's ready for the west, particularly southwestern England, parts of Wales, many parts of Wales, the western, southern, southwestern parts of Midlands, northwestern England, Northern Ireland, and southern and southwestern Scotland probably getting the worst of the rain. Again, anything up to 25 to 50 millimetres. That's it for now. Bye for now.